So at Utopia Tower, it is morning. Uh, Schwarzschild and Waterlily, you guys have had a night's rest. Schwarzschild, you have a date very soon. What are you doing to prepare?
Well, let's see. I'll get cleaned up as best I can. Um, wear something that isn't my team tomorrow uniform, but I will be keeping the jacket on.
All right,
Um, yeah, just sort of jeans, t-shirt, real like hiking boots, real casual get up.
cool. Uh, and Waterlily, I'm assuming you are still in the apartment while Levon is getting ready. What are you getting up to?
Yeah, no, yeah, she's pretty much sort of just chilling out, like catching up on the news in the morning and, trying to see what her schedule looks like. And at this point, if he's like acting nervous at all, just watching him happen.
I'll turn to you. It's like, does this look all right? Is this like too
Um,
plain, too much? Help me out here.
I mean, it really depends on the social context. What is happening?
I'm going on a coffee date with Fawn.
Ooh, don't say that loudly. Nisha will hear you. Um, okay. So, um, what impression do you want to make? If you say a good one, you're not being helpful.
That I've been looking forward to this for a long time, that I've missed her, and I want her to feel comfortable and have a nice day, like have a nice time out with me. So I don't want it to be too flashy. I reckon we'll be attracting enough tension as is. Just, you know,
Very likely.
so
Um, you look fine. You're not doing any like strange messages with your clothes. You seem comfortable. It's very a you thing. So if you're trying to reinforce the idea of I'm still me, even though I have these powers, I'm a normal person. I shouldn't say normal anyway, but basically I'm still the person you knew, then yes, you look like you look fine.
all right. Well, yeah, I guess I'm good then. Thanks. Thank you for the help. You okay? Everything go well at the spooky mansion last night? Whatever it was.
The spooky mansion. It was very interesting. I think I might have some more duties coming up, so we'll see how those split with my teamwork.
Oh, all
Um,
right.
it's interesting.
Is it stuff
Learning,
that we'd be involved with too, or is it more solo mission stuff?
not sure. It's very, like I said, it's all very new to me, but I'm looking forward to knowing more, and I'll certainly keep you in whatever loop I can.
I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. Just again, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And for today, I don't know how long I'll be gone, but if anything explodes, let me know.
I'm positive your communicator will go off if something explodes. And yes, I'm kidding. Um, no, just have fun. We don't always get to go have these sorts of times. Just recognize that you're going to be immediately on a whole lot of people's cameras.
I know. Um, like I'm literally heading out the door before or I guess the balcony because I will be flying. But before I do, I just turn back. You said something a while ago after the protest when you were talking about what you saw in my memories.
Yes, yes, I'm again, I don't bring that sort of thing up with people. I feel like it'll make them uncomfortable, but you have questions?
You said, you said that I was strong and you always wondered how I was strong. I don't know if I am. And I know that's kind of heavy, but I feel like we don't get a whole lot of opportunities to talk. So I just, I felt like I needed to say that to you.
I appreciate it, Levon. I want you to do me a favor, though. I want you to take whatever load you feel like you're carrying around right now and maybe just put it down on the balcony for a little bit and go have a nice time with your old friend, having some coffee or tea or cocoa or whatever. And, you know, I'm sorry the rest of the world's going to intrude on that. I can't guarantee that, there are private parts of our lives that much anymore, but you just pay attention to her. She'll love it and it'll keep you out of trouble with anybody else around you. Okay? I think
He'll
we need that.
nod and will pause at the door, like on the balcony, and he will actually take his jacket off and put it, like fold it and put it down on the ground, and then fly off without wearing it.
Okay. She'll watch that nod and then leave the jacket where it is.
Virginia, moments after he leaves, you get a ding that you have an email, and it's from Tank.
And she remembers the selfie that she sent to Tank and takes like a long second to press the response button and then goes and checks.
It says, Virginia, it's not a back and forth. It's an actual email.
Cool. I was like, wait, what?
I'm
What's
just
this?
wording it. It says, we are very much aware that your teammate is about to go have a social encounter with a known member of the Terrigen. If you could get close to that, I can convince the organization to not deploy a surveillance team.
How of course I'm glad to assist with him having some time. How close?
Close enough to respond if anything happens.
Thank you very much for the update. I'll head down there. I'll head down there now.
And it has it has like the place that they've arranged to go. It has, like a couple of like other like cafes nearby that are recommended for you to go. And yeah, it just has a list of data for a surveillance op.
Yep. Did it look like when he took off his jacket that Levon took his communicator away as well?
I will say I would have kept my communicator on. It's just the jacket is just the garment that has been left.
Okay. Pretty much there's a light beep as he's flying that says he's got a message.
I'll key it in like on my earpiece. Yeah.
Okay, so I made a deal. They're gonna keep surveillance off you and let you have your alone time, but I have to be nearby. Cool?
You think like there's a lot of air noise, even though the tech is pretty good at filtering that out. There's still like just the barest static of that. And you think you hear super strength teeth grinding, but then yeah, that's all right. All right, thanks. Thanks for that.
It's better than a drone, Levon. It's the best I can do.
Yeah, I guess. Thank you.
Okay. I'll probably be at this cafe nearby, okay?
All right.
Okay.
So over at the Blackburn, Aterrados, you're in this meeting with Garon, and he is sort of like appropriated like like a booth and a half for him to sit down.
Oh, cool.
And he says, I've been hearing a lot of good things about you, Aterrados.
Oh, well, thank you.
You helped out with that hit on the Michael Archangel guys. You've been go-getter. Synapse says that you got some really good information on some piece of shit senators. I want to help you get some shit done. I sense someone who's ready to get some shit done, and I want to help you out with that.
Well, that sounds great. Can I tell you one thing though? Just because it sounds like we're about to do some heavy shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is hard. So I haven't actually killed anyone yet. Just so you know. So
Yeah.
time.
That's not as surprising as you might think.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Yeah, so this will, yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid to, like, these people, like, we have to do it. We have no option.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm doing this because I sense in you someone who's willing to fight, and I want to give you an opportunity to get started, to get some skin in the game.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, I've been looking for that chance. I've been working on this on my own, but like hearing this is means I'm on the right track.
It's hard to get that first one done, and you know what? There's some motherfuckers that need to go. So I've been looking over with Synapse some of the stuff that you dug up, and it looks like the the head of Dulles Consulting. You know who the Dulleses are?
It is no.
Yeah, they've been fucking over the world since like before World War II. They're real pieces of shit. Like, they kind of built the CIA and have been, invading every country that goes slightly to the left since, whatever. They've been shaping all that shit since, before the fucking Nazis fell. So yeah. Yeah, he's in town. Like the current guy leading that little family organization is in town. So you know what? I think the world would be a better place if he were gone.
All right, let's do this. I mean, if my information can help, and he'll pull out his phone.
Absolutely is. We've got where he is. So let me lay the plan down for you. I got a plan down for you. It's going to be nice and easy. Leviathan, right? You worked with him before. So he is waiting in the sewers. We were pretty sure he's going to be downtown in a maybe about half an hour or so. He's waiting in the sewers. I'm going to dorm down. I'm going to head there. We're going to hit his car, and then I'm going to carry it up to the top of the building. And then that's where you'll be. And you can take care of this motherfucker.
All right. Yeah. I'm game. Let's do this. We're actually going to make a difference. Like when he's gone,
it's going to send a fucking message.
Exactly. You can't keep doing this shit and hurting people without us fighting back.
Sure. Yeah, man. Hey, and like he like pulls out his he pulls out his tiny phone in his gigantic hand and somehow delicately like presses and sends you a message. There's a podcast, real old ones called Behind the Bastards. You should listen to it while you're waiting. It'll tell you everything what this family has done a real long time. Oh man, they need to go.
Oh yeah. Okay, of course. And he'll like set it up on his Spotify, like play next and have his earphones in.
Yeah, and it's a cavalcade of a family that has fucked over the developing world for decades. So yeah, he shows you. He basically says, we've got the building all set up. It's one of the ones that we own. I'll be able to hit the car, grab it, take it up, jump it up there, and we'll be there to help you out there.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. I'll head over there now.
Cool, man. Cool. Look forward to working with you in the future, man. We just got to get this one, pull this Band-Aid off,
Yeah, no, I got you. I won't let you down. We're going to do good things.
We are. We absolutely are. It's always good to meet a young Nova who's willing to put their fucking balls to the bones, man.
Heck yeah. All right, I'm gonna take off my glasses. I feel like I can be myself, you know.
Absolutely, man. Be yourself, man. Get it going. All right, I'm gonna head out. We're gonna go set that up. Head over to the building. I'll keep you updated. All right.
All right, sounds good. And Aterrados will his hair will sprout out little spider legs and he'll start crawling up on the ceiling and head to the roof. And he's going to use the roofs to get to his location.
You are very easy to do that. So what is the cat? Where is this coffee date happening?
It should be downtown, right below where it's.
I mean, of course it's downtown. What do you
downtown.
Do I look like an idiot? Of course it's downtown.
Of course it's downtown.
Yeah. So where in downtown is this coffee date happening, Levon?
You muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Crap, man. Trendy, but like not obnoxiously so, like anywhere that has ever had the word gastro in its name or description, right out. Like, I want to go to a place where they take ground coffee beans, put hot water through them, and then you drink the results from a cup. So with that in mind, somewhere, you know, not a chain place. Crap, my knowledge of New York City is very outdated.
Well, you know what? This is 8 years in the future. Things have changed. It took a little bit to find a place that is not so hip and trendy, but it's essentially the dive bar equivalent of a coffee shop.
Sounds good.
Uh-oh, what's going on with that? Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, you are able to set that up. You fly there. Fawn, your Uber drops you off. And Waterlily, you find a cafe nearby that you can set up in.
I'm gonna say it's literally called Just Coffee.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, Virginia's sort of trying to appease her sense of feeling bad for him by the fact that if she's nearby and like outside sitting around, then maybe like the people with the cameras will just focus over here instead of messing with him.
That's a good strategy. I mean, people are coming by and you know, taking pictures, and people come up to you and chat with you, and you seem to deflect the crowd, as it were, so that there's a bit of privacy that can be gathered out across the street. So yeah, the two of you show up. There's a table ready for you. Would you want like somewhere inside where you're off the street, or like where are you sitting?
Yeah, it'd be inside. Not like tucked away in the corner, but probably towards the back, just so we're not immediately in the front door.
Okay. Yeah. You know, it's with enough money, you can get basically whatever situation you want to have a bit of privacy. So yeah, the both of you show up at this date.
Okay. Fawn, I assume that he's gonna get there first.
Probably he is flying.
That is fair. I'm taking cards. So uh, she will like come in and like awkwardly look around for a moment, and like she has that classic like you got mail thing going on where she has like a flower in her hair tucked between her ear and her antler. Of course that matches the dress, and she's just kind of like awkwardly looking around before she sees probably like his silhouette in the back. um she like basically comes in and basically uh walks to the back and just kind of stares at Levon for a moment, and like in the softest voice she says, Levon?
Hey, Fawn. Nice to meet this version of you, I guess.
She just kind of like reaches out again and like just puts her like hand on his shoulder just to make sure he's actually there.
You like give a little shove.
And she's just, Do you know how many times I thought I dreamed that I was talking to you?
I can hazard a guess.
A lot.
Sounds about right. So
Are you actually standing here? Am I hallucinating?
you ain't hallucinating. Well, no, you ain't hallucinating. I'm here. You're here. Um, let's have some coffee.
Okay.
Do you drink coffee, or are you more tea, or
Um, a bit of both.
all right?
So it doesn't much matter to me which one. But it's really good to see you. How you been?
It's really nice to see you too. I've been all right. Work is work, which is it's a bunch of weird crap that I'd really rather not deal with right now. So, other than
Okay.
that, I've been good. How are you?
Oh, well, I'm actually, I don't want to, it's not really work issues, more like I'm having quantum issues, but that's okay. I'm working
Uh,
on it.
all right. Uh, like, well, if you don't want to talk about it, then we don't have to talk about it.
I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just my quantum instabilities. I'm having quantum instability right now.
Has Levon ever heard of that?
Um, let's see. What would be a good role to see if you have heard of that? That's going to be science.
I have a dot in science. I'll do science intellect and see if I can recall
Sure.
anything. It's 4 dice, 1 success.
You think you've heard about that in like some of the you're not sure you're not good on the details of what it is, but like you think you remember hearing that from like emergency protocols, like novas in quantum instability, you know, can be erratic and unstable, and changes in form or a manifestation of sudden changes in form and manifestation of powers could be the result.
Okay. Huh. I sort of remember that from some of the training I had like really early at the Rashad facility, but I mean, you all right? Is it hurt?
No, I was a
Oh,
little scary yesterday. Aterrados took me out dress shopping, and helped me pick out one. It was very fun, up until the point that there was a girl who hurt an animal. Um, she wanted to look like me. She
oh,
actually killed a doe and stitched her ears onto her. And anyway, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I'm not going to think about it because it made me upset yesterday. And when that happened, um, basically everything shut off, and they call it dormancy, I think, or dormancy. Anyway,
dormancy?
yes,
You went
that.
you went dormant?
Yeah.
Um,
And when I calmed down, um, everything turned back on.
wow. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
I don't even
Especially
know.
someone hurting an animal. That's kind of messed up. They didn't do like in front of you, did they?
No, but she had stitched them onto herself.
That is deeply concerning.
Yeah, I don't know why someone would do that. She wanted to be me, and I don't know why anyone would want to be someone other than themselves.
I mean, and like the whole time we've been standing awkwardly in the aisle of the coffee
Oh
shop.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I kind of look around. It's like, oh, how about we get in line? And I'll actually like reach out for your hand.
Fawn will let you take it. She just kind of blushes and she just smiles.
And we get in line, but like I walk backwards and just continue talking. I mean, on the surface, I understand why. Was this person a Nova or were they baseline?
They weren't a Nova that I know. They
Then
bleached their hair white and were wearing contacts. And at first, I thought she was just wearing a headband. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I actually met a fan who wore a headband, and they were very nice. They were a kid. It was actually at that failed protest that we tried to do, but I just I hope she's okay.
I mean, I can understand from a purely academic standpoint why someone would want to emulate someone they look up to. You know, I've got fans that follow me. So I don't, I understand why someone would want to emulate your look or look like you do. I mean, you look nice. You look pretty. There's a mystique about you, you know. So why not? I don't know. The want to have someone dress up like you, I can understand. But mutilating an animal is really taking it way too far.
Well, I agree, but I don't think I, I'm not a costume to be worn.
No, you're not. And admittedly, that might be something of a blind spot for me because I look baseline. So when people go around, you know, seeing kids pictures trick or treating with dressing up like me and doing makeup and whatnot. So it's odd, but you know,
You're a hero.
so are you.
I'm no hero.
We might fight for different things, but there's people that look up to you and admire you and consider what you do to be good and heroic.
What I do is I try to stand up for those who don't have voices.
And what's that if not heroic?
Not really what people would think heroic is. I'm a pacifist, remember? Most people associate heroism with, well, violence.
Being a big, strong, dumb dude who can punch through buildings.
You're not dumb. Don't refer to yourself that way.
Oh, I don't, but plenty of people do.
Why?
They got this notion in their head that it's some sort of sliding thing. You can either be strong or you can be smart, but you can't be both. And I mean, hell, I ain't no physicist or nothing, but I know enough to understand how my powers work.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why people associate and just make these judgments based on how people look. They should be judged based on their actions.
I agree. And if we're talking about actions, I would still consider what you've done to be laudable. Some
Thank
of
you.
your associates, I would not extend that label to them, but
I
that's
know who you're talking about, and he said that he was going to give my way a chance.
that's good to hear.
And I'm very excited about that. And I actually we've actually been getting really close.
Yeah,
He helped me pick out my dress. He's one I usually get paired off with on missions. He protected me when I went, well, my dormant. So I'm very excited. And I heard that you guys had a great conversation.
we did. Uh, we did caused
I
a bit of a kerfuffle back home, so to speak. But it
Why?
was long story short. they were concerned that I used the word sorry. I'm sorry in a conversation with a member of the Terra Gym.
What? Why?
Something about uh, how it could be misused or misconstrued or spun a certain way. I was just trying to make sure that he was aware that the deep fake that had come out was a deep fake and was a lie. I I took it personal that anyone would put those kinds of words in particular in my mouth. So,
I don't
um,
know about this deep fake. What are you
oh
talking about?
hell, it was a rather nasty piece of work. It was me disparaging immigrants and people of color, mostly from south of the border, and yeah,
What?
it was
Why would
awful.
someone do that?
Well, I saw one of Aterrados talking shit. I can't even remember now what it was about, but I reckon it was to try and stir up trouble, get us to fight or something.
That that's so rude.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
awful.
And so you understand where I was at and why I wanted to reach out and make sure that he understood that I didn't say those things and I didn't have those beliefs. We
Of
can
course you
differ
don't.
on philosophy, but not when it comes to that.
No, I agree. That's that's so gross. I don't
Yeah.
understand why people are so nasty to each other.
I think we live in a society that values voyeuristic entertainment a lot more than they do just about anything else. And unfortunately, that gets in the way of people like you and me doing what we can to help. But
That's
as much as I would like to try and change it, I don't reckon I got that superpower quite yet.
disheartening at most.
Yeah.
Well,
This is a long line.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain degree of like people not wanting to interrupt, a conversation between an obvious Nova and someone who's probably another Nova, just dressed down. But you guys are eventually able to get your coffee, get your order in, get to the back of the line. It just takes a little bit longer. But yeah, we can assume that you've gotten to your like little out of the way private area.
Okay. So I hear you're gardening.
yes, I have a lovely garden on the roof. There's a little shed out there, a little greenhouse that I make. It's quite beautiful. In fact, uh, Aterrados has been so nice. He gives me fertilizer for my garden.
That's very kind of him. It's kind of
Hmm.
hard to find in the city, it ain't?
That's not super hard, no. But he gets it for me, so my garden stays nice and happy and fresh.
That's good. He seems like a complicated person. I mean, when we were talking, we did have a good conversation. It was respectful and kind of deep philosophically. And he said some stuff about violence that I was a little concerned about, but I don't know. There was just something about him, something that struck me as
I
there was there was a want in him for justice, and I can appreciate that.
very much so. He he is far more complicated than people realize. He
Yeah,
he wants to help, and this is the way he knows how to help. This is what he's been shown. This is what he's been taught. And I'm trying to show him that there's other ways to accomplish his goals without the use of violence. And I, well, I don't know if I've been a very good role model, um, but I've been trying. And honestly, he's a really great guy. He's been super helpful and very nice and very sweet. and there's much more depth there, and I just wish that other people could see it too. And you know, after talking with Liberty Lad about him, it just, for him to be so cruel after what he shows to everyone else, he's not very forgiving at all.
Aterrados or Liberty Lad?
Liberty Lad, he straight said that if he saw Aterrados again, he would attack him. And I can't, I, I don't understand why. It was a misunderstanding between everyone, and it got out of hand. And I just, I just wish people took more time to get to know people better.
I do too.
Pause for a brief second here. Waterlily, across the street, people coming by. You're doing a good job of being the green distraction. But your communicator starts to ping a couple of notifications that start to become steadier.
Okay, what are they coming up as?
They're not like directed messages or anything like that. They're just sort of like, Utopia has kind of a kind of sort of an algorithmic, search terms and police scanner kind of things that kind of in aggregate service kind of an early warning system. And there's just sort of a steady kind of potential threats in the area, potential known potential Terrat sightings, and it's like keyed into your location data, and nothing definite. Like there's no like there's something going down on X Street or anything. It's very much like the system is picking up clues that is like Utopia just by matter of course forwards to their novas that are in the area that something might be happening.
Right. So she'll definitely go kind of on the alert. Just try to keep an eye out for anything that would fit the circumstance of unusual.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything going on in the area that you can detect. You do get an actual like directed notification from Tank, and it lets you know that you know given that you're on the assignment, we're not forwarding these things that you're probably seeing onto Levon. So pull him if you need him.
Got it. Understood. I'll do so.
Okay. Are you going to be doing anything else, or are you just continuing on Silent Sentinel mode?
If there's a way to cross-reference some of what's coming in to sort of get an idea of why there's a concern going on, she'll try it. But otherwise, she'll stay Silent Sentinel.
Go ahead and give me. Let's go with an Enigmas roll.
Sure. All right. So we'll do the cunning and enigmas. Let's see. And that is no successes.
Yeah, you can't piece it together. It doesn't seem to come together. You're not picking up what the system is picking up. It might be noise.
Okay. Understood.
Back in the cafe.
Well, I'm sure that with someone like you as his guide and mentor, that you'll keep him on the straight and narrow, such as it exists for the Terrigen. That sounded better in my head. Anyway, I reckon with you there, you'll be able to help him understand that there is a way to solve problems without using violence.
Levon, did you just... Did you really just say that?
That you're a good mentor, that
No, your implication on the thing of Terrigen. We're not
I meant that straight and narrow doesn't exactly describe the Terrigen's overall philosophy, given that it is pretty much everyone gets to, decide what their own path is. I meant more along the lines of not using violence. That's what I meant.
Not every Terrigen is violent.
Sure.
Just like not everybody in Team Tomorrow is as nice as they say they are.
Yeah.
And I've been shown both of these things. I get
Is
very upset when people just make the assumption that just because I'm part of the Terrigen that I'm supposed to be a violent monster. I am none of those things.
I am sorry if what I said sounded like that was what I was declaring. I don't consider you to be a violent person.
I'm not. I hate violence. I just get tired when people make assumptions like that. Liberty Lad makes a lot of them. And it was very hurtful because I looked up to him.
Really?
Yeah. What he stood for, bringing people together, helping them, those are good things. I stand for those things too. I just disagree with their methods. But to see him be so harsh and so cruel, it hurt.
I've been meaning to try and talk with him in depth about what all went down at the protest. I saw him right after it happened, and I knew that he was upset, that he was hurt, but I thought that it was a moment of passion or anger or something. I didn't realize it persisted this much for this long. So I'll talk with him.
You want to. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm really not.
I understand.
Don't want to make things complicated for you. It was the first thing he said to me. I asked how he was, and the first thing he said to me was tell Aterrados that if I see him, I'm going to hurt him. You know how off-putting that is?
No, that is a disturbing thing to hear from someone, from anyone, let alone someone that you have looked up to. And it's not, you're not putting a burden on me. This is my way of making things better and easier because I got to deal with them every day. I got to work with them. I got to know that if we go out on a mission, that he's got my back,
He always so cold.
No, no, he's not always so cold.
Up on the rooftop, Aterrados, you have gotten to the agreed upon location. It is it's a regional headquarters for Core, a Terrigen owned business essentially. And it's been about 20-ish minutes, and you get a message from through the sort of the secure communications that you've set up from Garon. It says about to hit the car.
All right. I'm ready. I'm here. Message back and just kind of try to psych himself out and be like, all right, Hair, we're actually gonna make a difference.
Yeah, your hair is just like wild and just buzzing and slashing out at everywhere. It's definitely expressing your internal emotions at the moment. Back on the street, I'd like Waterlily, Schwarzschild, and Fawn to make an awareness roll. Let's say good one for this. Let's go.
Is it scent based or sight based or hearing based?
It's hearing based.
Okay.
let's go with pilot. Yeah, let's go with it's based on pilot.
Okay.
I don't think anybody has.
I have no pilot.
Let's say
But I do have mega cunning. So there's that.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
I'm rolling presence.
Okay.
No, that's not presence of mind, sorry.
No, it's not.
Composure? No. Yeah, I guess cunning.
Cunning is probably the most appropriate one for this because it is about it's the
Okay.
most sensory one.
Yeah.
and it sounds like we are doing the mega cunning enhancements.
If you want to, yeah.
Okay, so in that case, it would be 2 successes.
I have 2 successes on the dice, 7, 8, 5, and I have 2 enhancements, one from hearing and one from composure, mega composure.
Okay. What about
I'm
you,
sorry,
Levon?
mega cunning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, wait, we're doing composure?
What about you, Levon?
I also got 2 successes, but I have no mega attributes.
Cool. So in the middle of this conversation, Levon, you hear it distantly. And sorry, Waterlily, you got just straight 2?
Yeah, just straight 2.
Okay. Yeah. So Waterlily and Levon, you hear this sort of distantly. You hear the sound of like a commotion, like something is happening, like maybe a block or so away. There's some like bangs and whatnot. Fawn, you pick up like definitely some sort of car crash, and then like screams.
Okay. Fawn immediate like you see Fawn's ears twitch, like they were listening to something, and her eyes go absolutely wide, and she's like, "There's been a car accident," and she immediately stands up and starts running out the door.
I'll follow like a half step behind.
Yeah, no, if they're gonna bolt, then Virginia's on it.
Yeah, you guys start running towards the sound. And Waterlily, your communicator like goes off in a definite alert a couple moments later, and it says straight attack on X Street, known Tarrant Garen sighted.
Oh hell. So yeah, she'll basically, smack the communicator real quick for Levon and say, I think we're running into a Terrigen attack, a Terran attack.
Who?
Garen.
And with that, I will I'm going to turn on and max out.
Okay, so you're gonna make a max out roll.
I am, yes.
Okay.
If we may need to pause to get all the math happening.
Sure, no problem. It's a pretty simple formula. You take a point of flux.
Yep.
You spend quantum up to your quantum rating to build a dice pool.
Okay.
And then you can take additional flux to get enhancement on that roll.
Okay. How much flux can I get for
Up to your
enhancement
quantum rating.
purposes? Okay, so I can spend. Okay. Let me look at my sheet then, because I've got quantum 2. So I get a point of flux, and I will gain 2 more to get enhancement. So my flux is currently at 7.
Okay.
So my dice pool is 2, and I have 2 enhancement.
Yep.
Come on, Google. God damn it. Can I retroactively have stolen some momentum?
You can do that if the group agrees.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Go for it.
May I steal 2 more dice?
Oh, from the total?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Oh, thank God, that's a 7. Okay, so I rolled a total of 4d10, got 1 success, and I have the 2 enhancement.
Yeah, so you have 3 points to throw into powers and abilities. Where do you want to spend those points?
So I have to satisfy all of the quantum ratings for stuff, correct?
Yes, except for mega attributes, you can ignore one level of it.
Then what I would like to do is take 1 point, put it into quantum,
Okay.
and then hang on, I'm writing this all down. So 1 point goes into quantum rating so that I can increase my density by 1.
Okay.
And I'll throw the final one into mega strength.
Cool. All right, great. So yeah, you power up. And you're also spending for flight as well? Yeah, what additional are you spending now?
Oh, like actual power, like
Yeah,
juice
what
for
quantum are you spending
powers.
on your powers right now?
Oh yes, I'm spending everything I can to turn on density and flight.
Okay, so you super power up.
Yeah.
So you head off in the direction of the disturbance, I'm assuming?
Yes. Give me a second to get my glowy turned on.
Okay, cool. So Fawn and Waterlily, Fawn, how aware of it would you think you would be aware of? Oh God, are you going to be aware of Waterlily also showing up on the same street, basically, or are you just like laser focused?
Fawn's focused right now. Fawn
Okay.
has heard a car accident, which means Fawn thinks there's people who are injured.
Okay. But you, it's very easy to see Levon powering up and flying off.
Oh, he
I'll
leaves me?
grab Fawn actually on the way and like
Oh, okay, cool.
have her in my arms and be carrying her.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you're just leaving Waterlily behind.
I was
I
about to say,
mean,
she's gonna keep. I mean, she's gonna keep running, and
Noted,
also
noted.
like
I just need to know the order of operations.
exactly.
Yeah, you fly around the bend. You've sort of grabbed a Fawn in a safe but effective hold, and you fly around and you see an intersection in chaos. Essentially, it looks like the street has sort of been broken up from below. And there are a couple of cars that have sort of careened off in an area. They look, actually, it's weird. Like there's like 3 almost identical looking SUVs that have sort of been buffeted onto the side. It looks like, a couple of people injured there. But it's not too terribly hard to then see up on a building, maybe like 15 stories up. You see the hulking form of Garon with one hand sort of like dug his hand into the side of the building. And the other hand, he's just like one-handing an SUV. And he is like looking like he is about ready to make a leap off this building and going up. So Fawn and Levon see this as they come around the corner.
What's going on?
I don't know, but I need you to let me know if it's okay for me to stop that guy from doing whatever he's doing with that car.
What are you talking about? I don't know what's going on. I need to help these people. They're injured down here. If anyone's injured up there, bring them down to me, please.
All right.
Garon looks like he is taking that jump. So you guys I need to know what you guys are doing right now.
I am setting Fawn down and moving to intercept Garyon.
Okay. So in the moments that you take Fawn and set her down on the ground, Garon takes that leap and he is moving. It looks like he is jumping from one building up on to the side of another. So he has made that leap. Let's go ahead and get some initiative rolls from Waterlily, Fawn, and Levon, and Schwarzschild.
What is that again?
It is the lower of your cunning plus. Hold on. It's your cunning plus your athletics or your dex plus empathy. the lower of those ratings.
Okay. It's 4 either way.
Wow.
2 successes.
Yeah, I
4.
botched.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, that just sets you at 0. There's
Yep. I was like, I've had this coming for a couple games. Jeez.
well, that's just around at 0.
And if I remember, I rolled 2, but if I remember correctly, Mega Cunning gives you a +2.
Yes.
So I have 4.
Okay. Garen has 10.
Okay.
I rolled ridiculously well. So yeah, so on his initiative round, he is going to take another flying leap out of your range of sight. So we have basically we have three PC terms for the purposes. We'll consider you guys a team if you're all going to be in this. So any one of you can take the next one.
I
Are
don't
y'all
mind. You go right ahead. I don't mind
Yeah.
going last. I'm just going to go heal people.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to streak out as fast as I can to try and follow him.
Okay, let's go ahead and make a flight roll to see how quickly you can get to where you're going.
Flight, and then what? Hang on.
Could be a roll for like aerial maneuvers.
Yeah, let me take a look at flight real quick. The Nova speed scale is equal to dots in flight, and aerial maneuvers roll athletics plus dex. But I may substitute flight for athletics if the rating is higher.
There you go.
My dex is 3, my athletics is 3, so that doesn't matter. So I'll be rolling 6 dice, and my speed is 2 because I have flight 2. My speed scale is 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on Garen's mode of moving, he is also at speed scale. So
Speed scale 2.
yeah. Jump, like he's basically doing strength-based movement, which is just
Okay.
jumping.
All right. Yeah, I've only got 1 success on that roll.
I will roll for him. Oh, he's real good. Yeah, so you take the corner. You can see where he's going. You see that he is like in midair in an arc, going to the top of a building that's like maybe 2 blocks away in total from where the accident is. And you see the logo of Core on the side of that building, which yeah, that's just what you see.
Okay.
So down on the ground, Fawn, there's no, from what you can tell, there's no like serious injuries here beyond like a sudden, straight explosion. It doesn't look like anyone was actively harmed here, other than as a result of the car crash. So
Right.
there's no like limbs torn off or people with their chest caves in from punches or anything like that. It looks like sort of mundane kind of injuries, but there are a couple of injured people here.
Yeah, Fawn's gonna heal them first. Uh, Fawn. Oh goodness, Fawn. I don't know what will happen if I try to push my powers while I'm not stable. Um, she's just gonna heal them and then try to figure out where everyone else went.
Okay, and it's going to take a little bit. There are like maybe half a dozen people here with semi-serious injuries, but you start working on one of them, and Waterlily, you arrive at this intersection. All you see is a couple of cars crashed, the street broken open, and you see Fawn like pulling someone out of a car and like her hands going.
So first off, does it look like a situation that needs like the crowd control, or is that something that she's gonna keep moving on?
I mean, it's kind of chaotic. I mean, like there's like, cars, horns are honking. So nothing is actively happening here.
Mhm.
There's just some wrecked cars, and
Okay.
people trying to help. You hear the sounds of sirens starting to come through, but like it's New York traffic. This is causing gridlock to happen almost instantly.
Okay. Then I think we're gonna try and combo the like getting people, into a sort of like organized, hey, you need to get off the streets. We need to like keep an eye on these people. Also, what the hell happened?
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos and confusion. I'll say that you're able to get everyone calmed and in an orderly fashion, which certainly helps Fawn with your efforts. But up in the air,
A real quick, and could Fawn has sent a message.
okay,
She would send it to Aterrados, basically saying, "There's been an accident here. I could use some help."
okay. So on the top of the building, Aterrados, you've heard sounds of car crashes. It's fairly distant because it's a good ways down. But then you see like this big hulking thing start to like jump up buildings, and it is arcing your way. And as it's like transitioning through the air, you look down and you see that message from Fawn show up on your phone. And then moments later, just slam, multiple tons of muscle and metal slam on top of this building. And go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
All right. I would say that if possible, Aterrados would hit call to Fawn, but put the phone in his pocket.
Okay. Yeah, so you do that. So yeah, but go ahead and roll that initiative for me, please.
Ooh. 4 successes.
Okay, noted. All right. So yeah, Garen lands. He like sort of slams the car down, and he basically just puts his hand into the metal of the door, rips it out, and you see kind of an older man and a couple of security people, just sort of like utterly panicked and confused. And Garen says, "Get your hands bloody, kid.
All right, you got it, Dad. I mean, Garen.
Let's not do that again." And
Yep, not happening.
while you are, how many successes did you get on initiative, Levon?
Oh, sorry.
2.
2. Okay. Yeah. So you have an action.
He's gonna approach this old man, and his hair is gonna reach forward and wrap the hair around his body and bring him towards Aterrados.
Okay. Yeah. You get him grappled, and Levon, you come around and you come to where you saw Garen landing on top of this core building, and you see the scene before you. You see Garen just kind of like standing off to the side, just kind of watching. He has clearly tracked you, and you see Aterrados with his hair just fully unformed, wrapped around this guy, pulling him out of the car.
And Fawn can still hear this.
Yeah.
You probably hear over the phone. Fawn is like, Aterrados, what's going on? What are you okay? What's that sound?
Levon, what are you doing?
I am going to kind of halt in midair. The speed that I dump, just like making a little shockwave of its own. And I am like just hovering at a very good angle for a vicious downward strike, glowing blue and electric white, and I will call out as loud as I can. Aterrados, put him down, or I will tell Fawn where you are.
Back on the street. Fawn, it is your initiative run.
Um, Fawn Fawn is very distracted by this phone call. Like she's basically just stabilizing people that are being put in front of her
Mhm.
as she's literally yelling for Aterrados, what's going on? What does he mean get your hands bloody? What are you doing? Are you okay? Like she is more focused on if Aterrados is okay. She has not quite put it together that he's an aggressor in this.
Okay.
She is still worried about him.
So you are just you are like autopilot stabilizing people and focused on the call. Okay. Waterlily, what are you up to?
I think at this point, like she's trying to get a beat on where, Levon has gone, where the situation moved to, and is also basically reporting in as, people on site for the incident, and just trying to like get information, relay it, get this area stable so that she can eventually try and go that direction. But
I will say that my hope is that I am high enough in the air and bright enough that I act as something of a beacon.
Yeah, you can see Atara. You can see Levon's like energy glow a couple of like two and a block and a half away up in the sky.
okay. So then yeah, no, if it looks like things are, reaching a point where she feels the area's, not in any further danger, she's going to move on towards where the actual rest of the danger is.
Okay, so you're heading out.
Yeah, basically, looks at Fawn of the, it's like there's still trouble that way. I'm going to go that way.
Are the people here stable yet?
You've helped a bunch of them. You basically helped the worst cases.
That's what it was. Life-threatening.
Yeah, and
issues.
all the life-threatening stuff you've applied your quantum healing to. Yeah.
Okay. She would run with Waterlily then.
All right, noted. On your next action, that would what you'd be doing.
Yes.
However, from the big crack in the street,
Oh boy.
There's sort of like a rumbling and a shifting of the debris as the familiar reptilian form of Leviathan breaks through the surface and
Priorities.
stomps over to you, Fawn. Waterlily, you're gone. You don't see this.
Okay, noted.
He was waiting for you to leave. And he kind of like towers over you, not in like a menacing way, but in a very like cautious kind of way. He says, Fawn, we need to get the hell out of here.
These people are injured.
They'll be fine. You've done good work here. Cops are coming. Probably Team Tomorrow's coming. You don't want to be here when that hell comes. Let me get you out of here.
I can't do that. There are more people who are hurt.
He's grabbing you.
Okay, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I am not relenting.
I will let you know that the difference in scale here is
I know.
I don't have to roll to do this to you.
I understand. That's fine. Fawn
yeah.
is so over you probably hear that over the phone, and then you hear Fawn screaming, "Put me down."
Yeah. You hear yeah, so that happens. He grabs you, he kicks over another piece of debris and like heads down into like this tunnel underground. And the connection drops once he gets underground, but you do hear that scream.
On
Top of the round.
Fawn.
Garen, who still has initiative on all of you, says Fawn's okay, Leviathan's got her. Get it done. And he's like, I'll keep him busy.
Okay.
And Garen squares up, like looking straight at you Levon, and just kind of like holds his hands out, like, "You want to do this?" And it is your go, Aterrados.
Yeah, Aterrados lifts this man with his hair towards the edge of the building and like holding him aloft, dangling over the distance below, looking at the person. He says, my mom was my hero. She was the greatest hero I think I've ever known. She worked 24/7 for me and my brothers, and I watched her get sick, and I watched people like you take from her everything. She couldn't even have time with her own children, and that was you. You did all this. So what do you have to say? You are being judged right here and right now for everything you've ever done. You've had the power to make people live better. You could have prevented this. So, what do you have to say?
He is doing two things simultaneously. He is pissing himself,
Hair.
and is in a like mostly panic, but also somewhat angered voice. "Put me down, you goddamn aberrant!"
Tell her you're sorry right now. Angela. Say it.
He spits on you
Oh, I'm ripping him
and
in
gets his
half.
pants.
Yeah. I'm like, my hair is going to rush down his mouth, and from the inside, just pull his body apart. Slow.
And
Like,
much with Leviathan, this guy's a baseline. Your scale is enough to take care of this guy. And it just basically happens. Yeah, you rip his internal organs apart from the inside, and there's just a gout of blood that starts going off. Levon, it's your go.
Shit.
You get there's an audible alert from your communicator. You hear Bender's voice. "Get the hell out of there, kid. Pax is incoming. He'll deal with this."
And that just seems to like there was hesitation and just for a second, like a start. But with that, it just all the fight seems to drain out of him. And he flies down, like straight down, where dramatically, cinematically, I would like to land right in front of Waterlily as she's running in. And just sort of put a hand out and say, "We just got recalled."
Okay, but okay.
I don't think there's anything else we can do but get in the way here.
What is here?
And I'll just look back up at the top of the skyscraper. Aterrados just tore someone in half, and Garion's up there. I don't think we've got the firepower to take care of him, but Pax is coming in.
Up on the rooftop, Garen is just like smiling like a proud father. And he says, "I don't doubt they've got heavy hitters coming in.
yeah.
I'll stay here. I'll tank.
You sure?
You get out of the cold."
All right. Let's do this. And he'll fling the pieces of the body left and right, and with his hair start crawling away. down the skyscraper to other ones.
Okay. And as everyone moves away from the scene one way or the other, there is a sonic boom in the sky as Cestus Pax comes in from orbit and impacts with Garum. And that's where we'll end it this week. Tune in next time to see where things go from here on Aberrant Atomic Youth. Don't forget to follow the characters on Twitter to see more of the story, and follow Simulacra RPGs for updates on the show and the channel. If you'd like to support the show, you can subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels at Simulacra TV, but the best way is to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. A big thanks to our $5 and up patrons. You keep the story going, and we couldn't do it without you. Until next time, remember, your legacy is our future.